Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do this natural look. It's one of my favorite looks. It's totally my go-to makeup look for daytime and even sometimes into nighttime, and it's super easy to do. I'm going to show you guys every step. Okay, first and foremost, a little bit of sunscreen. It's super important that you take care of your skin and make sure that you have some sunscreen on. Okie dokie. So because I want my makeup to last all day, because you know in the springtime and summertime makeup will tend to melt, I'm actually going to make sure that I use the appropriate amount of primers for my skin. So as you guys know, I have oily skin, so I'm actually going to be using a little bit of primer. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty one today. And don't worry if you miss the products that I talk about, because I'll add all of them in the description below. I just feel like when you wear primer too, your makeup just looks so much better. It like looks smooth and clean and nice. Okay, don't judge me. I'm going to do a second primer. I'm going to use the Tarte one. I really love this primer. This is their Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I actually just use this one right around my cheeks because I feel like it just makes my pores look really small. And you know, when you're wearing daytime makeup, that's when you can see all of the minor little imperfections of your skin. Let's move on to concealer, because what we learned from Kim Kardashian's makeup artist is that you do concealer first, then your foundation. I'm going to be using two different concealers today. I'm going to be using this Nars one. This one is actually called Macadamia. I like to alternate between this color and custard. And I'm going to apply it with my ring finger and just smooth it in. And then I'm going to do one other colored concealer on top of it, just to make sure that I get like a really good concealer color. This one is slightly lighter, so I'm going to mix both of them in. And as you guys know, Beyonce's makeup artist is the one who recommends not going too light in your concealer. And if you guys missed that video, there's a link right up there. Okay, my concealer is done. So now I have two options when it comes to putting on my foundation. If I'm gonna do just kind of like a minimal daytime event and I really don't have anything else for the rest of the day, I love using a tinted moisturizer. The Hello Fab First Aid Beauty one is actually my favorite tinted moisturizer. I feel like this does last all day long, but it does give me a little bit of a more of a subtle look. Or I can just go with my regular foundation, my Chanel one that you guys know I love. This is the Velvet Matte one, and I'll use this one if I need my makeup to really stay on all day, because this is a little bit more buildable. So I'm gonna go with my Chanel for today, because I am gonna be out all day long and all night long, and I don't want to reapply my makeup. The beauty of this foundation is that you're actually supposed to apply it with your fingertips, because it melts the foundation into your skin. And don't forget your eyelids. And just because you're going for a natural look doesn't mean that you have to use like only 3 products or something like that. So just use whatever you're comfortable with. The whole point is for it to just not be like a really super glam look. I'm gonna use my beauty blender to blend in whatever my fingertips didn't get. Okay, the next step is the most important. Time to bake. I'm actually, instead of just baking my under eyes, I'm gonna bake my entire face, because again, I want this look to stay on all day, my natural look, and I don't want to have to reapply. Okay, I'm gonna leave the powder on my face while it bakes, while I move on to the next steps. I tend to crease in my eyelids, as everyone probably does, so I'm gonna put a little bit of eyelid primer, and the one I like to use is the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And again, I will leave a description with names, brand, color, everything in the description below. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes like a really light shimmery color. This is actually my favorite go-to color when I want to do a more natural look, and it's the Lid Lingerie, and I'll alternate between two different colors. My two favorite colors is Sweet Cloud. This one is a little bit more gold, and Rose Pearl is a little bit more of a rose color. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with the rose, and I'm just gonna put it all over my lids. And I feel like this gives just such a pretty, subtle lid color. So if you really like that super light look, you can just stop there. I like to add a touch of the Sweet Cloud, which is again a little bit more of a shimmery gold. And again, I just add a tiny bit just for color. You can totally skip this step if you don't want to buy two of them or use two of them. One way to help your eyeshadow last all day is after you do a liquid, adding a little bit of powder on top, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and add a tiny bit of this like shimmery color, and again, if you don't want shimmer, you can go with a matte color. I just feel like it just kind of gives a little pop. So when I do my daytime eye look, I actually don't do like a crease, and I don't do any like crazy eyeliner. I like to keep it on the lighter side. So I'm gonna move on to my eyebrows and then do a little bit of cleanup underneath, just so the eyeshadow and the eyebrows are all kind of uniform and married to each other, as we like to say. I'm gonna be using the Girlactik Soft Powder Brow Pencil. I'm going to mimic hair strokes here. Brow gel to make sure that my brows stay in place all day long. I'm going to take that same Nars concealer that I used earlier, my under eyes, and I'm going to clean up underneath my eyebrow. This is going to do two things. One, it's going to just make it look a little more clean, and two, it's going to prevent any eyebrow pencil or powder from leaking down. And at this point, I'm literally just going to take my crease brush, and I'm not going to put any type of powder or any type of product on it. There's already a little bit of brown, as you can see from previous ones, and I'm just gonna do a quick blend like this, just so there isn't any lines that I may have missed, like crazy streak lines or anything. Just looks really nice and blended and uniform. So you can, if you like having your under eyes done, you can do a little bit of powder there. If you don't, you can totally skip this step. I like to do just a tiny bit of color. I'm gonna go with this little like maroon color just to kind of match my dress. Again, just a tiny bit, just to add some depth. Okay, I'm gonna take all of the baking off my face. You want to look sun-kissed, of course, so I'm going to do some bronzer, and I'm going to use the Lise Watier one in Havana that I discovered from Nora, which is now my favorite bronzer. If you're going for a more of a natural look, don't like try to get crazy with contour lines and all that stuff. You just want it to look natural. Blush, I'm going to go for this really pretty pink color called Love Cloud by MAC. Highlighter, Dose of Colors, Soulmate. Just gonna highlight a little bit right here. Not gonna go crazy with the highlighter. I'm gonna put a little bit of mascara underneath my eyes. I have lash extensions, so I'm not gonna put any up top. And for my lips, two of my favorite ones to wear during the day is the Dose of Colors, and this is called A Mauve Story. And my other favorite is by Nars, and this is called Save the Queen. It's a lip pigment. Sometimes I actually just mix them up, so I'm going to show you both of them together. I love this Mauve Story because it's such a pretty subtle color, and it feels like you just have like chapstick on. It's crazy. The quality is so good on this, and it lasts all day long. So during the day I would wear this, and then if I'm going into nighttime, I will add a little bit of this Nars color. As you can see, it just adds a tiny bit more color. Okay, you guys, hopefully that was super easy to follow. Again, I'm going to leave a link of every product that I use below. One perfect way to take a natural look into daytime, like I mentioned, is to just darken up your lip and you are ready to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.